Hello, Yoseph. Thanks for sending your swing in the Golf Digest Challenge. This is Mike Richards. It says here you're doing your lob practice. Hopefully that's a lob wedge. Doesn't look like it's a lob wedge, but if it is, from this camera angle, it's difficult to see ball position and what are you doing with your stance and so forth with your feet. Looks like you're aimed way open. And I know you sent another one, so let's go ahead and pop that up there too. And what I typically do with my students when they're either hitting wedges around the green is I actually like to have a slightly open stance with the left foot, not a closed stance. And right now, you've got everything kind of closed up there. So I'd actually have you almost go the other direction with your feet to where you have a little bit of open stance with your hips. From there, I'd give a little bit more room to your posture here. How would I do that is your arms look like they're very stiff and almost hanging away. So I'd really work on your posture a little bit, getting your backside to kind of stick out. Get rid of this roundness out of your back right in here. I think if you do those, you'll find a little bit more success with your wedge practice. From here, you do a decent job. I mean, the club face looks like it's in a nice square position up into here. You have a nice little set to the hands. You're very quiet in the lower body. So it looks to me like you're doing a good job with what you're trying to do with the club. Once again, I just like to see my guys have a slightly open stance so they can get out of the way a little bit easier than what you're doing. Looking at your entire swing, I don't see much that can go wrong here. It doesn't look bad at all. But I'd say a lot of the things I would have you do if I had you right in front of me with my eyes is I'd open your stance up and then work on how the path of the club's going back a little bit. But all that through the hit looks really nice. I like what your hands are doing. Now, I wouldn't recommend doing that same hand stuff through a full swing, but hitting a lob practice, absolutely. I like how you keep the club face open to the target and open to the sky right in here. Now, something totally different on a full swing would be turned over by now. But I think that's a pretty darn good job there, Yoseph, so I would stick with that. The main thing with you is just get yourself into a little better setup position. I think if you do that, you'll be just fine. So once again, Yoseph, what I would do is open my stance, kick my buns up a little bit, give myself a little bit more room to swing. Other than that, that's all I'd work on. So good luck to you, Yoseph, and thanks for sending your swing in the Golf Digest Challenge.